What is going on, everybody? Good morning, afternoon, good evening, and good night, I guess, depending on where you are. Thank you for joining me. So guys, today, guys and ladies, today I got two special guests joining me and Mr. Key Issue. We're going to be talking about comic book characters with no superpowers. So it's going to be pretty fun, especially if the chat gets going. You know, it's always interesting to see what you guys have to say. So that should be a lot of fun. I want to take this time to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel lately. I just passed the 900 mark, so that's pretty dope. If you guys can do the same, try to sub up everybody who is joining me today. So we have Sanne, we have Pickle Joe, and we have Key Issue. So go ahead and sub them if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. They got some good content, and especially now that Key Issues has content dropping probably weekly. So we get to see Dupe and Spawn and things like that all the time. So yeah, guys, without further ado, I'm going to bring in some of my guests. So first up, we got Sanne. Sanne, what is going on?
What's up, people?
What's up? What's up? I should be saying like good night because, you know, it's like midnight or 1 o'clock there. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I do want to tell you right now, I know that you've been talking trash throughout your social media. I know you've been saying Tony Stank and things like that. Just watch out because my list is actually going to be pretty dope. It's going to surprise a few people. I hope Bosso's in here because, you know, it's not all Marvel. Not all Marvel. I'll just say that. So, yeah, guys, do you remember Sanne? Next guest, it's Pickle Joe. Joe, what's going on, brother?
How's it going? Congrats on 900, man. Congrats.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
So, yeah, so my buddy here, Joe, he is at 150, I think.
I'm like 5 off from 200.
5 off from 200. Okay, so hopefully my audience and my chat will be able to sub you up and check your content. What do you got going on your channel?
I do mystery boxes mainly. I do some other unboxings, and I do live streams, maybe some auctions every once in a while. So you can check me out. Where is it? Right here. That's my YouTube. You can sub me up if you want. You don't have to. But yeah, I do mystery boxes mostly. So
guys,
you can check it out if you want to.
You guys want to check this guy out. He gets mystery boxes from all over the place. He knows his comic stuff. I actually met Joe when he hit, I think, 100 subscribers. He was giving out. I mean, I remember going into your chat and being like, this guy's giving out what? Like, he was giving out books left and right. Like, books. Go check them out. It's a good time. And like I said, he knows his stuff. And finally, I have Sanne's favorite comic YouTuber, Mr. Key Issues. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, boys and girls? It's your boy, Mr. Key Issues, back at it again. I haven't got kicked off this show yet, so let's keep going. My very first YouTube video has dropped, so run through them comments, look at that, give me my feedback. It's trash. I know some of the editing's a little but we're gonna get better and we're gonna grow together.
Hey, I don't know about you, Sanne or Joe, but like I remember my first video. I thought it was great, and I remember I did it like straight on with my phone. So when I posted the video, like the sides were like black, so you didn't even have the whole screen. So yeah, you'll get used to it, man. No worries. So guys, today we got a fun one. We're gonna be talking about comic characters who don't have superpowers. I think that's a subject not a lot of people talk about. Because they think that maybe there's just a handful. So, you know, I just want to, you know, what's the word, like broaden the horizons with some of the characters. We should have fun with this. Before we get started, actually, there's some noise in the chat, so let's get going. So, Isaiah, thank you for joining me, brother. One of my favorite people in the comic community, Mr. Panda. What is going on, brother? Thank you for joining me. Vivi, what's up, brother? Evan, thank you. Mint Hunter, we got to talk. Actually, I got to message you because you, myself, Joe, I think Zen World, and one more person. I think we might be doing an auction probably in about a week or 10 days. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, guys, we're gonna have some fun with it.
Some Captain Marvel comics.
I don't know, not on my end. What's going on, brother? Peanut butter. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. So Panda is usually amazing with plugging people in. So guys,
yes, thank you for that.
They're going to be in there. So yeah, guys, don't forget to sub everyone up. Check each other's content because you never know. Somebody might be doing something that you like or you enjoy. So without further ado, who's going first? their number 5 superhero with no superpowers.
Shoot, I'll start this one off, man.
Okay, let's go, Keys.
All right, so this one's kind of cheating because technically this character does have a superpower because in every iteration that this person is in, she is fine as hell. So that's her superpower. I gotta go number 5, Catwoman on this one. She's a smoke show. B, she's like a force that could equal to Batman. She has that prowess. She has great character development. She's always a presence on screen, no matter who does it. Even if it's a movie that we don't talk about, at least we had Halle Berry. That's why she's my number 5.
I didn't have her on my
Selena
list
has a big-
because is she technically a hero or is she an anti-hero?
She's a hero to my heart, buddy.
I mean, she was a little hesitant to be on my list because I wasn't sure if she was technically
Yeah, that's
Wait,
kind of
wait.
why I didn't put it on. But then again, I'm looking at my list and I'm like, shit.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just instead of like, and Sanne's gonna love this, maybe we might need to make a change. Instead of comic book heroes, we're maybe gonna go comic book characters. That might
Characters?
be
Okay.
yeah, we'll do it like that. Because if not, we're gonna have to take a 5-minute break. And I need to switch my list. But okay, yeah, Catwoman, I could totally see. I mean, she's iconic. You know, when you think about Batman, I think the third person you think about when you think about DC in general, well, maybe fourth is Catwoman, right? If you're talking about Batman, I think it goes Batman, Joker. If you talk about DC, I think it goes Superman, Batman, Joker, Catwoman. So yeah, I can totally see it. She is fine as hell. You know, actually, that's one of the reasons why I picked this comic book up because this old school 90s costume I thought was like, I grew up with her in that costume and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halle Berry, I love her, beautiful woman, but you know,
Shitty movie.
that movie was shitty. So yeah, I can totally see it. That's a good number 5 pick for sure. I don't think there's any debate that she is one of the top 5, I guess. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next. And if we're changing it to characters, I'll say the Punisher.
Oh,
Number 5?
whoa.
Yeah. For
No.
number 5. Whew. I'll say the Punisher for number 5. I have better options, so I'll say the Punisher.
Wow. Okay. Okay. This is crazy. Okay.
Okay. When you
But
think
he's
of
technically an anti-hero too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this man puts the fear in superpowered people's eyes, yo.
Yeah.
The dude is Frank the Tank Castle. That's at least the number 4 spot. Spoilers, that was my number 4 spot.
Oh, okay. All right. See, he still has some above it. So, I mean, I do have some above it, but Punisher is my number 5.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna take a wild guess that Sanne has Punisher on her list as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we all have a consensus there. Punisher's badass.
Yeah, he's really cool.
I mean, I feel like he's never gonna die. Almost like he puts the fear into a lot of people. I remember that '90s Spider-Man commercial in the Spider-Man, the '90s
Animated series.
Spider-Man animated series. Wow. Yeah, he basically took on Spider-Man when Spider-Man had those like 8 arms or whatever. And and he basically scared the crap out of him. You know, he was going up against Kraven, things like that. In the comics, he goes up against Venom, teams up with Venom, things like that.
I mean,
I'm actually loving the fact that Punisher is now getting into wearing Iron Man suits because in 218 he starts wearing the War Machine. So I'm kind of digging that vibe. I really like that. But yeah, I don't think you can go bad with a character that has a T-shirt with a skull on it and then just basically
I have one of those. Yeah,
anybody and everything. So yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's a whole series, Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. That is sweet, man. To see how he does it. I think he starts off with Mr. Fantastic and makes his way down the list. It's so dope. Check it out if you haven't. It's pretty cool.
Also, Sanne, Keyon told me when we had our discussion about top anti-heroes, the clip that you sent me about the laundromat.
Yeah.
What do you say about that? That's not
So
the
that
actual movie.
Yes. So the first movie came out, not the Dolph Lundgren one, that the other movie came out. Then the second, and then they were like, hey, let's get this actor from the first movie and we'll make a little short clip, like a short film, and that's called Laundry Day. That's what you were talking about, and that's probably one of my favorite clips ever.
So it's not an actual movie, right? It's just like a clip that
No.
they made just for that.
Yeah,
Oh.
because they wanted to bring him back. So
Because I was watching that. I was watching what she sent me, and it was badass. Don't get me wrong, but I was thinking, I'm like, I don't remember this in the movie at all. Like,
Me on my
hair
period.
died and everything. I'm like, I don't remember this at all. So, yeah. All right, Sanne, because I'm a gentleman, I will let you go last. I will let you go last. I will take my number 5. At number 5, we have Phantom. Wow, crickets. Okay. Phantom, the guy in the purple, Billy Zane played him. I thought he was a cool character. Yeah, the only thing that I was kind of skeptical is, well, remember, he wears a ring, and like that's supposed to protect him, or he's got some ancient stuff, like, you know, spiritual, but he has no superpower. The thing that kills me the most is the guy hangs out in the jungle and protects his treasure, but at the same time, he basically works, I think it takes place in like New York City or something like that, or a big city, and he actually takes care of some stuff there. But what kills me the most about this is he protects the jungle in a purple suit. You know what I mean? Like, you would think the suit would be like green or something, and the thing is purple, right? So like, it's not like you see, you know, purple animals or things like that. Like, you would just see this guy coming, and I remember the trailer was hilarious. So yeah, at number 5 for me is Phantom.
okay, so he protects a treasure in a jungle, yeah?
I think that's what he does because
You're telling me Indiana Jones or Tomb Raider couldn't rob the man? That's why he's not top 5 worthy. Get that shit out of here, buddy. Trash.
He's got a good point.
That movie again. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I think it could be. I could be wrong, but I gotta find that movie and watch it again because I have to see the origin of that. Because I say that movie and people are like, "What? Purple Phantom?" Like, usually people are like Phantom, right? Like Phantom of the Opera. I'm like, no, purple.
He would be a better choice.
It's like the Hamburglar, but like in a jungle. I got you.
Sanne, number 5.
Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah, okay. I contemplated putting it on my list.
I thought she was really badass in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., especially that actress that also kills it in John Wick. And I've read only one trade so far, who I wasn't really sure of getting because it's called My Feminist Agenda, so that's kind of like a turn-off for me. But it was quite a good book.
I'm not too familiar with the show because it's trash,
But she was good.
Yeah, I just kind of go in and out though, like with that show. I kind of have a hard time if it is not on, say, like Netflix. I have a hard time, or like, you know, Hulu or things like that. Like, I have a hard time watching them on just like basic cable. You know what I mean? Like those shows that just come out. Example: DC, Legends of Tomorrow. What's the other one? There's a few more. Basic cable.
Wow, you're just throwing me out there like what, like Arrow and them, like those shows.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, there's a few that are just on basic cable that I'm just not a fan of.
Arrow, Flash.
Arrow and Flash were good at first, but they're not good anymore.
Yeah,
like 2 seasons deep, it was all right. Yeah. I agree.
Supergirl, there is no way anybody.
Supergirl was horrible.
That is good. Like, there's no way somebody can tell me that that's good. I'm sorry.
If you bring up that show one more time, I'm leaving right now, buddy. Like, that's trash. Like, bad.
Beautiful girl and things like that. But no, it's not. Oh, my heart is broken. Oh wait, hold on. My heart is broken. Damn it. So that means
there's probably a reason for it.
That means that we're basically going to have to take a chance at probably a video store and getting it. Austin, the topic is top 5 characters with no superpowers. So we can go anything, any genre, basically. So at number 5, we've had characters already said. Mockingbird.
Catwoman, bro.
Catwoman. Joe said the Punisher, which was a shock.
Yeah, that's high up there. I know. Maybe I should have done that.
Now I'm interested to hear his list. So, that's crazy. Hey, what's going on, Quick Draw? And at my number 5 was Phantom. So number 4, Keys, take it away.
Man, my number 4 was Punisher. So So I'm gonna have to dip into something here and kind of steal your idea. I gotta go with Green Lantern. Steal it from my honorable mentions. Green Lantern doesn't have superpowers. He has a ring. Is that really a superpower?
It gives him superpowers. So technically, it does.
This man has. Okay, fine. We'll change that. You guys ever see that Harley Quinn show? The animated show? If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it. There's a character called Kite Man. Kite Man deserves to be way up on this list. He is a dude with a kite strapped to his back, and he floats from building to building, but he can't fly in inclement weather. So big ups Kite Man for being a brave soul and dating Poison Ivy.
Here's the problem. I probably would have been cool with you using Green Lantern, except the ring does give him powers. Without the ring, he's just a normal dude. That's like you and
Without a suit, Iron Man's a regular dude.
Okay, whoa.
First, you can always borrow the purple one.
Okay, you got some fans here. Kite Man. Okay, yeah. I don't think I know Kite Man, to be honest. I can admit that.
I don't know too much about him either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kite Man's just a legend.
Kite Man was Tom King's Batman run. Yeah. Keyon is talking about the animated show though, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Harley Quinn show. Yeah. Minor details.
Okay. Joe, you're number 4, and I'm interested in Joe's list, man, because
I know the Punisher was a high ball, but I'm not that big of a fan of Punisher. Maybe that's why it was so low.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Star-Lord, Peter Quill.
I could get behind that.
Yeah, I mean, arguably that he does have powers, like he's half human, half whatever. But after the second one, he's just human, so he's pretty much technically just with no superpowers.
But technically,
so he's 100%.
Can we say that the argument is that even in the first one, he didn't really know he had powers anyway? Like,
Exactly. Yeah,
crazy, right?
I gotta say, the man has the most amount of drip. Every time he's on screen, he's jamming out to some decent tunes. Man's got his rocket boots on. Exactly. I support this list. Buddy. I got you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Iron Man's suit is tech, though. That is correct. So, I mean, it's different. Wow. I think it's different than saying, hey, if you put the ring on, you can basically make things up with your mind and just, you know what I mean? Like, even Iron Man
make the ring up with your mind.
Wasn't able to go in space, right?
Fair enough.
That's true.
Enough.
He's got limitations. That's all I'm saying. All right, my number 4. Now, this one might be a little tricky, and I'm thinking some people might be like, well, wait a minute. My number 4 is Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. Winter Soldier.
Damn it.
I had that one too.
Now, here's the thing, though. He does have the super serum, right?
That's steroids.
I've heard in multiple places where they've explained it, just like Captain America. They've explained the serum, where technically Captain America doesn't have superpowers. He's just at the maximum level where a human can get. I don't know.
I gotta stop the chat for a second.
Okay. All right.
At this comment.
Facts. 110% facts with a 10% margin of error. Facts.
Berg, we're going to have to talk after the show.
Buddy, we're going to have this talk right now.
Joe, continue.
Oh, and I just heard that you know how Captain America had the serum, right? Like he was advanced, but he was only advanced so far where he is like at the physical peak a human can get. So technically, he doesn't really have superpowers. He's just at physical peak. That's as strong as you can be as a human.
Yeah, because if he gets shot, he's gonna be dead or wounded.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing with Winter Soldier. So
this is the part of the show where I like to take a comment from the chat and just kind of say, random fact of the day. And I guess Burke's going to win today because he's got a fun fact for us. His wife's name is Winter, and he has never once called her the Winter Soldier. Now you know.
Nice.
That's great. That's awesome. I don't know if she wants that, Burke. So good on you.
Do you want to tell us why you haven't?
Yeah, why haven't you? Actually,
yeah,
that's a better question. Why haven't you? All right, Sanne. I can only imagine that we are not going to hear Captain Marvel on this list. So what is your number 4?
Carol Danvers. No, Black Widow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Black Widow next too.
Did you just cross that off the list? I heard that.
FaceTime says we don't recognize roids as superpowers as it is, so there we go. No powers. Yeah, I guess you could say.
It's pretty much what they did to Captain America.
Now,
Black Widow? Yes, I agree. She should be on this list.
Yep.
Maybe, yeah. She's badass.
rest in
Iron
peace.
Man 2, she was my favorite by far.
Iron Man 2, I think, is
the only thing good.
you have that iconic scene, right, where she's kind of like she's got the Iron Man hand, and then Tony Stark's just kind of like flirting with her, and he's kind of just doing the boom. So I totally think that's hot. And then you got to remember that scene where she's boxing with Hogan.
Oh yeah, Happy, my boy Happy.
Yeah. So I was always in love with her. Yeah, she never answered my
Happy
call.
when she wrapped the legs around his neck.
You know, it is what it is.
Happy should be on this list. That man is holding down Aunt May. God,
That's true.
Oh man. So yeah, I guess Black Widow. I mean, even more now. So right. I mean, in the past, I would say 6 to 7 months. That's all we're hearing. If it's not Miles Morales, it's Black Widow, it's Eternals. I think that's one of the characters that we're talking about the most. Just because she's got the movie coming out, but then her kind of getting the reins given over to Yolanda. I'm surprised no one has said Yolanda yet.
This was my favorite Black Widow book with the Punisher.
Ooh.
It's from the early 90s. It's a small graphic novel, so.
That looks great.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a magazine.
Yeah, it looks like a magazine.
Yeah.
And I also have this one. It's also magazine size. It's quite ugly, but.
Damn, you're giving my number 1 away. Come on.
Chuck Norris is not human, so no, he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know what his power is. All right, you're number 3, sir.
You want my number 3, yo? All right, so now you guys got me on this debate about suits and stuff like that.
Here comes the poem.
Debatably, I don't know if you guys are gonna be. This is a loophole. This is a hard one for me, but it has to be Ant-Man, Scott Lang from the MCU. That's not a superpower. He has a suit.
I'd say that
He has a
counts.
suit.
I'd say that counts.
But he's still regular strength. It's not like he gets any stronger.
He doesn't have regular strength. When he shrinks down, he doesn't have regular strength though.
Yeah, he does.
No,
he has.
He can't down. He has like
superhuman strength. Yeah, he does.
I've never seen him do anything amazing.
I guess that doesn't count.
Any Ant movie ever. I mean, there's only 2.
Bro, it's not super strength if you're just like have the same strength as an ant at that size, bro. You see ants picking us up anytime soon? No. Shoot. All right, fine then.
No, I'll take it.
You're just mad because Civil War, the man ripped apart Tony Stark's suit. No problem. Just saying.
He did do that.
He did do it. And in Endgame, he was the inspiration for Tony to come up with time travel. That's why you're mad right now. I'm just saying.
I'm just adding to the fact that it was Carol who saved Tony.
See, look, Freeze is right. When he shrinks down, he has superhuman.
It's not superhuman. He's like this small, bro. What can you do with that?
I'm surprised that you did not know that.
It's
not even. It's not.
Evans would have been Daredevil. Okay, I mean, I can kind of see why Ant-Man would and wouldn't, especially when we're talking about like how we brought up, even though Captain America hasn't been on a list yet, Captain America or Bucky Barnes. I think it's a difference when they're just like steroid up because technically, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, if you had,
then you could say Bane. Bane would be on this list then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some heavy steroids though. But
yeah, I don't know if. Side note, I don't know if you guys have all contacted each other and said like, "Hey, let's bash Tony Stark and Iron Man today." But Captain America
it's natural.
did not, and I quote here, can beat the shit out of. He did not beat the shit out of Iron Man. Okay, if anything, if anything, let's go back to watch that movie, guys. Okay, and we can talk later. But
You know what?
on Winter Soldier and Captain America at the same time. Just saying.
That's true.
Okay.
Let me change my answer just to give you a break from the Tony chirps. Lex Luthor definitely no superpowers at all. The man fights Superman. He deserves to be up here. He's maniacal. He's a business tycoon. He's rich. He got charisma.
Brain.
And his thick wallet. Man's crushing people out here with money.
I feel like there's always just that one guy who's got a lot of money. And, you know, like in Gargoyles, there's that one guy. In Superman, there's Lex Luthor.
MCU, Tony Stark.
Yeah, but he's not really a bad guy. He's a good guy.
Well,
How has nobody brought up Nightwing? This isn't done yet.
I have a point. List isn't done yet. I have a point there.
I guess technically Superman has no powers. He's just an alien living in favor. Yeah, that's true too.
Right.
Yes, Lex should definitely be on the list. Yeah.
So that's my number 3 now is Lex.
We talking steroids, and Keys is also here.
Yes.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! All right. Where were you had said your number 3 pick, right?
Yo.
Okay. Number 3, Joe.
I'm gonna have to go with Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. Yeah, he's pretty much like the Batman, but not as cool, and he has an arrow, so he's like the Hawkeye of DC.
I got to get behind that. Man comes out with the whole boxing glove.
A bunch of money.
Yeah.
Like Batman.
Here's the thing with Green Arrow. It's like if you were to call. I guess you could say the same thing about Batman, but it's almost like if you were to call just like his name is like what he does. It's like, hey, I got an arrow and it's green. You know, like, I was just never. I don't know. It's kind of weird for me.
Never a big fan.
I only watched a few episodes, so I don't have a lot to say.
Said don't.
Yeah, I don't know. And okay, and this is what I kind of want to know. Green Arrow in the comics and things is blonde as hell, and he's got like the goatee or whatever, right? So why didn't they pick somebody like that? Like the guy they got to play, like basically didn't have the goatee or anything. Like
he grows it later, Stephen Amell or whatever. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he didn't really have like the golden goatee or the golden hair.
But every iteration is badass. I mean, like, there's even a future version where he loses an arm and still somehow uses his bow, man. Like, come on, that's skill.
And he fights. He has a lot of villains with superpowers, and he still somehow defeats them.
Right? Yeah, he takes on. What happened lately like a few weeks or whatever. But he kind of went into that DC verse or whatever, right? Like, didn't they split them all up or whatever? So like, Supergirl was in his or vice versa.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I think that's. I don't know. I'm not really watching the show, so
knowledge. True.
I don't know. I never really got into. I guess I could say I've never really gotten into a lot of DC outside of Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I mean, I know Green Arrow is kind of cool. I always was fascinated with the fact Joe collects pops. He might appreciate this, but the Green Arrow pop is like one of the rarest ones, and I know it's because it's scarce, but that's one too that I'm like, why are all these DC characters like so sought after? Like, it's just, I don't know. All right, Joe. Oh wait, you already said yours.
Yeah, it's a Green Arrow. Yeah.
So mine is Moon Knight at number 3.
Doesn't he technically have superpowers though?
What's his superpowers? He's like Batman.
I mean, doesn't he? His strength is by what the moon is outside. Isn't that what it is? Like he gains his strength from what moon it is outside. Like if it's a crescent moon or a full moon, the full moon is like his full strength.
Right, that's enough. Okay,
I'm just saying. Technically, he does have superpowers. If that's true, like I'm pretty sure that is though.
Iron Man trilogy.
I've watched Superman.
I'm not trying to call you out, but like,
okay. I can switch it. I was just under the impression that Moon Knight was more of like a Batman-esque, except he just has different personality traits. Not personality traits, but he just has mental illness, I guess you could say, right? Because he has different traits, different characteristics. So, you know,
Yeah. The difference between him and Batman is he will kill you.
Yeah. Okay, I got another one that might throw everybody off for a loop. I don't even know if like some people even know who this character is.
Like
it's
Venom?
the Shadow.
I don't follow you. Give me.
Shadow?
Maybe if you explain it.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin.
But the only Shadow I know right now is the one behind me, bro. So you got to come harder than that.
Shadow. Okay. Panda, Burke. Some of you guys have to know who the Shadow is. The Shadow. He was played by Alec Burke. Here we go. Thank you. The Shadow. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. The Shadow. Yeah, he was basically 1920s, 1930s. He was kind of like a Batman-esque. He fought crime with like one of those like mobster 1930 hats. He had a cape, and then he had a badass. I believe it was like a 1930s car. He was almost like a Lupin. I don't know.
Stealing alcohol.
You don't know who that is?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, do you guys know who Lupin is?
I do know Scarface.
Oh my god.
Al Capone.
Right here. Romero's got it. Black hat and red scarf. Yeah, the Shadow. Who the
It
hell?
was like a Prohibition era badass.
I think it was after. But yeah, you guys gotta check him out. It's an old one. Like I think the movie came out
94.
No, I want to say it was like 92. Yeah, see, so a lot of people know. Yeah, okay, so I'm not crazy. But thanks.
I'm telling you right now, it's 94. But all right.
That's cool. Is it? You're looking?
Yeah.
Okay, 94. Yeah, but you know what it is now, right?
Eh.
The Shadow of the Dark. Yeah. I mean, it was. I don't want to say it was like ahead of its time. I remember
Dub should be on this list.
I remember growing up, I was like, I really want to go see that movie. I don't know why. I think it was.
And then you grew up.
I don't know. Sanne, your number 3 pick.
The Huntress.
The Huntress?
Oh,
okay.
That's a good pick.
What's her name?
What?
Is her name Selena? 1994. Yeah.
No, Elena Bertinelli.
Which one am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the DC one.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I'm talking DC one.
Oh.
The Huntress, Elena Bertinelli.
I gotta search that up. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of Selena. Yo, what's her last name?
Bertinelli.
Bertinelli.
This one.
Yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of is kind of like
older.
No, she's got like Joe, have you seen the cover of that one? I think she's like wearing some like purple thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. She was also in the new Harley Quinn movie. I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, is it the same one, Sanne?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it just
But
didn't look
better
like
in
the
the
one that we were
comics.
talking about.
Okay, yeah. So I have no idea. Burke just asked, what is the name of this list? Yeah, so we're talking about our top 5 comic characters without any superpowers. So that's why maybe the Ninja Turtles aren't in here, or I mean, I guess the Power Rangers could be in here, but they're not, or so far. So
Who knows?
yes. Okay, so you guys are all familiar, yeah, for sure.
Grazie mille.
She was also in another universe, Batman and Catwoman's daughter.
Oh.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Huntress Selena Wayne. I think that's the one.
Oh yeah, there's like 3 of them. No, there's like one an older one, the Wayne, and then the one she's talking about. I think there's 3.
I think the one that me and Joe were talking about, and the cover that we're thinking of though, that's that one. It's the one with Selena Wayne's. Yeah.
Carlito, that's a decent pick. I like that pick.
Carlito.
Hey.
The party can finally start. Nelly Carlito's here. Carlito, you probably missed some good ones. I think I've already used some of my.
Not from newbie.
I've already used some of my good picks, so definitely check it out. All right, peace. Number 2.
All right, man. So number 2, you've been alluding to this man the entire time, but you dare not say his name. Bruce Wayne, Batman.
That's your number 2?
That's number 2. All right, so it's Pickle Joe. If you don't know me, I always come up with one crazy out there pretty much number on this list. So my crazy out there one is number 1. So that's why Batman's number 2. Sit tight, bro. Sit tight. So he's rich. Playboy, trained in multiple forms of combat, expert strategist, man. He hangs out with a gang that's called the Bat Family, and each one of those members of that gang could pretty much run anyone from the MCU that doesn't have powers. You got like Red Hood, you got Nightwing, Damian Wayne, but he's kind of whiny. I don't really like him. But yeah, I mean, even Alfred just drifts. Like the man is the best butler ever and best friend. So that's why Batman's my second one. Overall, best character, no superpowers.
And a babe.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, this is DC's version of Iron Man, so I'm probably gonna disagree. I mean, I don't know if that's a surprise to anybody because like I get a lot of comments sometimes where people are like, "Oh man, you never talk about DC. You don't do DC lists." It's not that I don't. It's just I'm more knowledgeable in Marvel characters and good characters. No, I'm just kidding.
If you take Bruce Wayne and you put him in the dark, what's it called, Nightfall, the Nightfall armor, the giant armor, you face off against Iron Man, Batman's running them. If you take both of them out their suits, Batman's running them.
I don't know.
Tony Stark versus Bruce Wayne.
You gotta remember,
they fight, bro.
You gotta remember, Iron Man took down basically Captain America and Winter Soldier, and he let his emotions get the better of him. Okay, Batman, I think,
beats people every night for fun.
I love the movies. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't the first one in line for most of those movies. When Christian Bale came out and anything, I love those movies. Ben Affleck, I mean, I'll see the Robert Pattinson one.
We'll see about that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Freeze is probably my favorite person in the chat.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. Batman is. I mean, if you think about DC, you automatically think Batman, Superman, or Superman, Batman. He is in that conversation, so I get it. Iconic character, playboy. You can basically have all the tools and things like that. But when it comes down to like a big threat, and I think we saw it in the movies in Justice League. I mean, if it wasn't for Wonder Woman saving his ass, like it's he is one of the biggest liabilities, and we kind of saw that being shown in Suicide Squad because like even like he made jokes to like Flash to be like like obviously I can't go get those people, so like you got to go, and then he makes like Wonder Woman saves him and things like that. So like I don't know, I feel like he's almost the biggest liability.
I have to disagree completely. That man is the strategist behind the Justice League team. If you take away that movie, if it wasn't for this man saying, "Hey, you execute this, that, and the third," it wouldn't have been successful. Half of those missions, buddy. Half of those missions. Hand to hand. See, Iron Man, Tony Stark could take on some thugs with maybe a gun. Bruce Wayne taking on armies, bro. The man's unreal. Get that shit out of here.
I'm just saying, they're both billionaires, both got all the technology, right? One guy makes like lasers and bombs and guns go out of his suit, and he can fly. The other one is like, you know what? I'm probably just gonna drive a car.
You got a whole lot of
controversy
in the comments.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah,
it's Pickle Joe. Let the man know it's Pickle Joe. Let's hear something, bro. You're awkwardly silent on it. Come on.
So my number 2 is actually pretty realistic. No offense, but I'm gonna go with Nightwing / Robin.
What is that? I don't understand how people think anyone is better than Batman. What do you mean?
He's God in human form in a bat suit with parental issues. You can't beat. Oh, and money. Can't beat
That's the same thing with Iron Man, though. Iron Man has, parental issues and things like that too. What do you mean?
All right, true. I'll give you that 1 point.
He also battles. Like, what does Batman actually battle? At least in Iron Man,
Dark side.
Like, man, I'm talking about like inner stuff. Iron Man fights off like alcoholism and things like that. Basically, not having anyone in his circle until he actually finally gets the Avengers together. So you can kind of say the same thing. Without Iron Man, there would be Avengers, but I'm just saying like Iron Man is kind of the leader / co-leader of it. I don't know.
This man
Iron
wants
Man's
a family.
parents both died too. To Bucky, actually, Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
So both of their parents died.
This dude recruits a family to beat people.
Iron Man. You literally cannot beat Iron Man. You cannot. You literally cannot beat Iron Man. You can. I mean, you can't.
His full body is literally filled with iron.
Yeah.
You know how thick that is?
I think that's why Iron
how hard it is?
was only able to crack it with the shield, and I think Thanos was the only one that actually could break it because he had all the stones and he had that strength. So I mean, I don't understand. If you see Batman, I mean he's dead. So just keep that in mind, right? Also, Iron Man died for us. I didn't see Batman, snap his thing. I didn't really see that anywhere. So, case in point.
The world needs Batman. That's why he didn't die. The world needs Batman.
The world does not need Batman. Batman loses all his money. What the fuck is gonna? No, we'll see what happens. All right. I think I'm at number 2 myself. Is that where I'm at? Okay.
Number 2, boys and girls.
Robin, and then we already knew about that, so go ahead.
Number 2. Now this is strictly just because I'm a guy. Sorry, hold on. I was looking at the wrong name. Sorry, hold on. This is not because I'm a guy. But number 2 for me is Punisher. Sorry. Yeah, Punisher is definitely badass. Like I said, he can put fear. He is not afraid of a fight. In the comics, he teams up with Venom. I mean, you guys saw me pick up 218 of Punisher. I'm kind of liking the whole thing where he's kind of wearing this Iron Man suit and things like that. It's super badass. I don't know, man. I just think he's bad. He's got no money, so basically it's just him and his skill set because he is one of those elite cops, things like that. Can I say any more? You know what I mean? And his symbol is a fucking a freaking skull.
Oh,
you know what I mean,
so
yeah, he's just a badass character.
Yeah,
overall.
you know what I mean? He reminds me of that guy in the cafeteria in high school who even though we had uniforms where I went, he would still wear a leather jacket and nobody messed with him. That's who he reminds me of. Just that tough guy that you don't really mess around with.
I would.
Oh, snap.
What's going on, Lasso? Yeah, Pickle Joe is here. Deathstroke beat the whole Justice League.
That's someone. Oh, yeah.
You gotta remember, that's Carlito's guy. Carlito loves
Terminator.
Yeah, he loves him. All right, Sanne, number 2.
Yeah, so my number 2 was the Winter Soldier, but it's already been said, so I could say Iron Man.
Whoa!
No.
Let's get this out of the way first, okay? Hold on.
Rewind.
She has not said Batman at all in her list, but she says Iron Man.
There's still a number 1.
I don't think it's Batman. I don't want to see your list. I want you to put it up and show me because there's no way you're just gonna come out now and be like, oh, it was Batman. So, okay. Can I ask you why you have Iron Man at number 2?
Because he's cool, I guess.
Because he's what?
He's cool, I guess.
He's cool, I guess.
But it wouldn't be if it wasn't for Carol.
Okay.
Oh,
do you
kidding.
remember in Avengers 1? Avengers 1, Captain America goes, I believe he says, I haven't watched the movie in a while, but he goes, you better stop acting like a hero. You take that suit off and what are you? And what does Iron Man say? What does he say?
A cheap Bruce Wayne?
No, man. He's a billionaire, playboy,
philanthropist, something like that. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so... I mean,
so what are you saying? He's the Messiah now?
He probably has the same amount of money as Bruce Wayne. And what did he do? Instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to drive. He said, you know what?
How did he get the money?
Lies. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. Also, I think this ends the conversation for anything. Right? He did snap his fingers. He did die for us. Okay? And I don't know anyone who's into comics who tough man or this or that. If you bring up that scene, I'm telling you right now, those people need like a second or two, because that scene is a powerful scene in the comic community. You know, so just keep
And
that in
right
mind.
harder when Black Widow died.
He's
Black
also
Widow-
not afraid to show his identity, and also in the third movie, he told the most dangerous terrorist exactly where he lives.
That was cool.
That's true.
Stupid.
That is
but
true.
cool.
I mean,
It was stupid, but yeah, it was cool.
and I guess you guys kind of have to remember, right? Like the reason why, and you see that, and you hear this in Spider-Man, you hear it in Batman, right? Like the reason they wear the mask is so they can protect their loved ones, right? Where Iron Man is kind of like, yo, you know, this is where I live, this is who I am, so everybody knows who he is. So people around him are always constantly in danger. However, no one ever gets in danger. So just keep that in mind as well.
Well, I like his sense of humor.
Didn't they like capture Pepper Potts in that third movie, and she was in hella danger?
Yes.
By somebody who had superpowers.
He never, yeah, that's the one thing. I mean, okay, I'm in a love-hate relationship because obviously Iron Man is my character. He's my, you know, he's the reason I'm in the comics. But yeah, the movie was garbage. I mean, I could talk a segment or probably a few hours on why that movie was terrible and things like that. But that is one of the main reasons why. Yeah, he's never in a suit. You would think the guy has a suit somewhere. I mean, he's a freaking millionaire. You'd think he would have some different houses or things like that, but he doesn't. So yeah, that's
But he was connected to a young little boy.
made grenades.
That was like the best part of the movie.
That was cool. That was cool. Some
Like
Home Alone shit.
Yeah, he was funny.
I think it's funny when he like kind of breaks into the house. Like you remember he kind of had like a breakdown, and then the kid was like, "Well, aren't you like smart and rich?" And then he's like kind of having a panic attack. He's like, "Yeah," and then he goes to the dollar store and buys all that stuff. Like I thought that was kind of hilarious because then he's got the Mandarin and like the Mandarin's with those two girls in bed, and he just pulls out the gun. I just always thought that was scene. He pulls out a gun because he just has a normal gun, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Iron Man is your character? Wow, I never heard that before. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't know. All right. Keys, your number one pick.
Buddy. Okay, so you guys keep saying comic book characters. I'm plucking this one out of the MCU movies, so don't hate me. All right, this is a movie exclusive. Now, let's rewind the clock a few years here. Intro to my pick. Movies, wait, hold up. Forgetting how. Oh, it's here. It's here.
Movie. Flash doesn't even have a movie. So think about that.
Oh, man, he has Flashpoint Paradox. That movie was fire. But, so, rewind the clock. A few years back, we had Endgame. That was one of the most climactic things I've ever seen. Big battles. We had your girl Captain Marvel there pulling everything. We had Iron Man sacrificing himself. You know, we had Spider. We had a whole team of people that we never would have saw coming, and it was a beautiful, moving moment. But none of that would have been possible without character.
I know who you're going to say.
Without superpowers, who released Ant-Man from the quantum realm. That little rat is the only reason why that entire movie happened, and it doesn't get the justice it deserves. It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. That rat is number one. It gave us a beautiful final film. Boom! Key issue exclusive right there. And I'm out.
So after this show, if you guys go onto my Instagram page, I will have an opening for my Tuesday co-host. You just need to be knowledgeable in comics, you know, and just be.
I actually expected him to say Uncle Ben.
Yeah, I expected you to say like something so stupid, man.
That was as stupid as I could think.
Yeah.
Like Phantom.
That was pretty bad.
Well, Phantom is.
I would rather this rat than Phantom.
Now, I'm curious to see how many people in the chat and tuning in are gonna either A, have Googled what Phantom is, because I know a lot of people are like, what? I think only like 3 or 4 actually knew what it was. So I'm just interested to see who is gonna go search it. Same with Shadow. Like I'm interested to see who, because I think I messed a lot of people up with those 2 picks. But we'll see. Iron Man 2 is underrated and unappreciated. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely.
Trash.
That is Raccoon. Oh, no.
Oh, was it a raccoon? I thought it was a freaking
Oh,
rat.
it was a raccoon. No, it was a rat.
Yeah, I think it was a rat.
They did that because
That could have been Splinter. We don't know.
no,
Could have
man.
been Vermin. We don't know.
Conspiracy confirmed.
But I thought that they did that. The significance of that was because Disney had bought Marvel at that time, and they kind of wanted to show, something going on. Oh yeah, yeah. No, it is not. All right, Joe, you're number one.
So we already talked about this. It is controversial if he does or does not have superpowers, but it's going to be Captain America. He's kind of like my superhero to you, like your Iron Man. Like I really like Captain America. I'm a big fan. I think he's just badass, man. He's just really cool. You don't like? Do you guys like Captain America?
He's a Boy Scout, man. What do you mean for justice and well-being?
No, he's like really cool for not having superpowers, but he does.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a frisbee.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty badass. It's made out of what? Vibranium.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. Actually, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. It was on my list, but then I was like, the rat number one.
Burke, a lot of people are saying Captain America does not have superpowers because the serum that he took in the movies and stuff like that made him like a peak human. So like he's still a human. He still is does not have powers. They made him as strong as a human can get. So technically,
great ass.
And a great ass, yeah.
That's America's ass.
If it wasn't a dimension, the rat wouldn't have mattered at all because the theory wouldn't have proved rat is.
Wait.
Whoa. Cap and Winter. Okay, because I had said that Winter Soldier was my number 4, and the argument was said that like is it superpowers or is it like they have strength, right? Like if I don't know, I guess it is controversial because they both kind of have the same serum, correct?
Technically, yes, but I mean, I don't know. I read this somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not, but it made him like a big, like as strong as a human can get. So he's still human. He's not super. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's controversial. Like,
I wanted to put him on the list-ish. You know what I mean? Like, I thought even just putting Bucky Barnes was going to push it just simply because, like, I knew he had that strength. But, yeah, when it comes to Captain America, I mean, if he didn't have that serum, I mean, he'd still be that 4'11", skinny kid, right? So
I guess that's true, yeah.
Where, like, Bucky, for example, Bucky was already – like Jack, like it's not like he transformed like massively. He was already like well shaped. I don't know, like I can't think of the word right now, but he was already like well shaped. So the serum didn't really necessarily take as much effect as it did on Captain America. And I believe Captain America's serum I think Winter Soldier's is stronger than Captain America's, is it not?
I'm not sure. I just think he has a robotic arm.
Yeah.
And then what about Falcon? Is he going to have that serum, or because he's taking over the mantle? Is he just going to be straight human, or is he just going to be like just without the serum? You know what I mean?
But there is no serum. They don't have it.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, how is he going to take over for Captain America if he's not going to be as strong as Captain America?
Gotta agree with Pickle Joe.
I'm kind of interested to see how the whole. And maybe they can touch on that. Like maybe they'll touch on the fact that he does take the serum, he doesn't. But I'm interested to see is when he throws the shield and it does stuff. Like I thought that was just Captain America's thing. I didn't know that was like a shield thing or like.
That's why everyone thought that he was going to hand it over to Bucky, but he ended up giving it off to Falcon, which I was surprised about.
Now, I mean, if you were into the comics, right? Like if you were reading the comics and things like that, you knew it was going to Falcon, but like I am kind of with you, Joe.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do something.
I would have rathered it go to Winter Soldier 100%. I think it just could have been a bit more. I don't know. And he's kind of already got the serum. He's his best friend, things like that. So I don't know. I kind of don't like the fact that they try to show it, or not necessarily shove it in your face, but they're kind of just trying to show you like, hey, Cap and Falcon were like best buds. But then in the shadows, it's like his best friend is there, right? So it's just kind of one of those things that.
Well, he had a best friend from back during World War II, and then he has a new best friend during the modern age. So no one knew who who he was going to pick.
Yeah.
You think Bucky feels bad because he didn't get picked?
I don't know. It's gonna see. Joe, I think your pick is controversial, man. There's a lot.
I know it is. Yeah, it was like I couldn't pick anything higher than my other picks, so I had to say Captain America. I have like the rest of them is like have already been said, and then there's Falcon that was on there, but he's not above like the other ones that I said. So I had to say Captain America.
Yeah, I think you with your Captain America pick, with my Winter Soldier pick, and with Keyon's Ant-Man pick. I think those are three controversial ones. I know Ant-Man doesn't have superpowers. However, doing that, like when he does go into that suit and he does shrink, I mean, he does get super strength and things like that. So I don't know. I think those three might be controversial. So
yeah,
we might have.
Well, you could say Scott Lang doesn't have powers, but Ant-Man, when he steps in the suit, has powers. You can say it like that, I guess.
Yeah. Handing the shield to Bucky would have been a better redemption arc. Yeah, 100%.
I think so too.
100%. And it's not because I don't like Falcon. I mean, to be honest, I've never.
Yeah, but now it's politically correct.
Yeah, definitely. But he was always there. Like Falcon had like good screen time. You know, they showed him enough and things like that. Like he was in there. I mean, you could say the same thing about, you know, War Machine and things like that. Like they showed him enough, right? So like they did diversify and they did have a lot of things like that. So we'll see. But yeah, you're right. For the times and the society that we are now, I mean, yeah, it looks so much better. Let's see here. Bucky knows he can't be Cap because he can still be compromised, so he doesn't feel that. Yeah, I think it's just because I really like the character, so like I kind of just wanted to see him as a thing.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Sanne is the only one with the list by rules. Wow. No, well, hold on. We gotta wait and see. I mean, we haven't heard her number one, so I mean, you know, we'll see.
Confetti.
I expected it to be Bucky, but I appreciate it going to Falcon for more comic accuracy. Plus, I think it actually does work well, especially after rewatching it. Yeah. All right, Sanne. Number one.
Let me check.
Oh, you got it.
Well, originally I had the Punisher. I could say Batman, but I won't.
Okay, hold on. Before we go, actually, my Mint Hunter said something kind of makes sense. Yeah, Bucky's past is too tarnished. Falcon is the right choice. I guess you could say that because they can't make the new face, I guess, not of Marvel, but just like having that mantle of Captain America and what that means, going to someone that actually was like brainwashed and killing people, right? I guess it could go where most people might think like, hey, you know, Cap and Falcon were, you know, best buds and things like that, and Falcon having a clean rap sheet, I guess, right? So yeah, I guess that's a good point, definitely.
But didn't like Iron Man or Tony Stark just sell weapons to good and bad people?
That was before he got captured and before he had his changing of the government.
But the same goes for Bucky, right?
Yeah, but Bucky was more brainwashed, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think Bucky has a better story arc, like a character development, than Falcon did.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of Falcon in general. Like, it has nothing to do with, you know, anything. It's just he was never a character that really, like him and Hawkeye were never characters that I, you know, to me it was just like, okay, whatever.
Same thing with War Machine for me.
Sometimes in between.
Oh yes, Bucky blew up the Wakanda embassy. Do you really think they would? Yeah, that too.
He didn't know what he was doing at the time, but yeah, I guess that's true.
I think Mint Hunter had the right idea, right? Like they're the mantle of Captain America means so much, and he's looked on, especially in the universe, he's looked on as you know, a savior, one of those things. So when you look at if Bucky were to have it, you know, people are probably like, hey, wait a minute, didn't this guy try to kill this person, you know, like things like that. So yeah, it's tarnished, but
it could happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Scarlet Witch also blew up a building, and she is still considered an Avenger.
Who? Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, she did do that.
Yeah, but again, she was also like manipulated and things like that, right? I mean, you could arguably say that if it wasn't for her changing, they never would have stopped Ultron, right?
All the Avengers also know that it was an accident. They know that she didn't mean to do that.
Except I always have like this like love-hate relationship for her because she did mess up Tony Stark, Like he had that thought that she put into him. He carried that throughout the next couple movies. Like it was always something that affected him.
Yeah.
So sensitive.
Wait, we're at number 2,
One.
right?
Number 1, buddy.
One.
Number 1.
I haven't even done my number 1 yet, though.
Oh, that's all you, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's your turn. I think you skipped
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, I think okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think you skipped
Yeah.
yourself.
Now I hope Lasso is in here. Magic Lasso, let me know if you're still in here. Because you're in for a treat. So my number 1 character with no superpowers is
Da, da, da.
Joker.
Yes, that was yes, 100%. I
Joker.
agree.
I like that. Yeah, that one's nice.
That
Now
was
here's
my number
why.
1.
You got an iconic character.
But I had to say Rat.
You have a character that's freaking crazy. Like
Yup.
I guess his ability or his strength is how he can manipulate things. But I don't know. It's kind of like those conversations we had about. Now I'm only talking about the Heath Ledger Joker and the Joker in that universe. Okay, but you can kind of make an argument that he kind of goes about things a little differently, almost in the way that we talked about the Professor X and Magneto thing. He does have a lot of good points when he says it of like what society is. I always remember that scene where the money, right, where he burns the money. And I think it's that Russian guy, and he's like, why are you burning the money? And he's like, all you guys care about is money. And he just burns it. Like, he just shows you that, like, you know, there's different values. I just like the way that he can not manipulate in a bad way, but he's just so cynical, badass. He's iconic. No matter what, they can't catch him. It always seems like he is always a step or two ahead of the game as well. Like,
even when they do catch him, he gets out anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like no matter where they put him in max security, this, that. It's like he just gets out, man. Like, it's so crazy. The other part about Joker is like nobody knows his identity. There's so many question marks, and the character was introduced in like early 30s. Like, we don't know a name outside of Joker. Like, we don't know anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know now, you know, like they're starting to do like the Joker War, the 3 Jokers, things like that.
Jokers, baby.
More information, and I hope DC doesn't mess it up. But I'm telling you guys, like Joker is probably he is iconic, but there's just so much mystery around that character.
Buddy, so that was actually my number 1, and I had to put the Rat in there because it's just what I do. It's what Key Issues does. But that is 100% my number 1. His insanity has like boosted up his threshold for pain in different variations and different incarnations, man. Man, that is definitely number 1. He is the anti-Batman. So I mean, like, Batman doesn't kill people. This guy is not limited to that. He's never wanted to kill Batman, but I feel like in Joker War, he's finally like, okay, let's end Batman for real now. He is the character to be able to do that due to Batman's limitations. And that's why he was my number 1. I mean, the Rat is number 1 in spirit.
And I think it also works too because he is in a storyline with Batman where Batman he doesn't believe in killing, he doesn't believe in guns, you know, so like they can't kill each other. And even Joker at the end of the day never really wants to kill him.
Except for now, which comes out tomorrow.
Up to this point, right? I mean, he's never wanted to kill him. Like, it's just like one of those relationships. And I guess it's pointed out in that Joker movie, in the Heath Ledger movie, sorry, where he says, he's like, you know, I can't kill you and you won't kill me. You know, it's like a perfect match, right? So I don't know. It's kind of sad because I wish Heath Ledger was still around and they would have kind of revisited that character. You know, like I would have loved to have seen a Heath Ledger Joker where, like, after the Bane movie, it's kind of like a hidden or like one of those hidden videos at the end, right? And it's just like Joker getting out. You know, like I think that would have been like cool, especially with how he did the character. Because let's face it, up to that point, everybody was freaking out when they found out Heath Ledger was doing it. They were freaking out when they found out there was a Joker. Now, I mean, I personally think Heath Ledger is the best Joker in live action. So, I mean, Jack Nicholson is great, but for me, I think I'm leaning more towards the Heath Ledger for sure. And that's just made for the win, by the way.
That's what?
That's checkmate for the win.
But I think Joaquin Phoenix is also kind of like, he really puts fear in you, especially with the midget scene. People were laughing at the cinema, and I'm like, imagine being at his position, like you just see someone getting killed, you want to get out, and you don't know what's going to happen. I think he was really good in putting in the fear, but you could also relate in a way.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, see, like that's I would love to know like where he was going. You know what I mean? Like obviously we never know that information, but I would love to, if he were to come out and be like, like actually this was my plan, because I could totally see him just with the history of Joker. You know what I mean? Like just be an end scene where he's leaving jail or he's getting some stuff together. But yeah, I think for me that movie will always be dope. See, this is why I didn't want the Phoenix Joker movie. Joker doesn't need. Yeah, exactly. And that movie shows you that he's like crazy. You know what I mean?
Man, I loved seeing someone normal just break on screen. I loved it.
Yeah,
man.
it was a really awesome adaptation.
Yeah,
because it's literally
but it
can
was a
happen
very
to anyone.
powerful message about mental health. Actually, people don't listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and me being like a mental health case facilitator, like that I think that's why I kind of sometimes have a hard time with that movie, just because it almost reminds me of what I do for a living and things like that and things I see. So like for me, it's almost not a movie. It's almost like, work, right? So yeah, I can appreciate
the same thing. A lot of things hit home right away with mental health and stuff like that.
And a lot of things. I kind of like the fact that he kind of killed what's his name?
De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And he's badass. And the weird part is he just shoots him. Everybody's running out, and he's just like laughing his ass off on the couch. It's like, man, if I would have shot somebody, I would have just ran. Like,
but the laughing is the nerves.
Yeah,
I loved it, but expected to hate it. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say like if we weren't in an era or if we weren't in a society where we kind of just had digital copies of movies, I don't think if we were back in the day, I don't think that would be a movie that I would buy and put in my personal collection. I'll just put it that way, right? Like it's a movie that I've seen twice, and I'm like, you know what, that's good for me.
The Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
Yeah.
I think the type of movie that it is, with story-wise, and not really leaning on all the Michael Bay explosions and stuff like that. I think it fits really well in like the 70s, 80s type of, like Martin Scorsese type of movies.
The realism disturbs a lot of people, which is the aspect I love. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people weren't anticipating what that movie was going to be, especially people who weren't into comics. Because I actually knew someone who I work with who's not into comics, and she kind of went to go see it with her boyfriend, and they came out and they were like, I didn't know it was like that. And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. And then when I did see it, we kind of talked a bit, but,
I don't think a lot of people understand it. I think that's also the thing.
It was a well-made movie, but it wasn't a good Joker. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we saw
people were
enough
complaining
of
about
the
more
Joker.
violence.
Yeah, but you
didn't see enough of the Joker. We just saw more of Arthur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't see it. Had pretty much nothing to do with the Joker 90% of the movie, and then the last 10% had to do with the Joker. Had to do with somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but I guess it's also to understand where mental illness is coming from. Like how it's developed.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was a guy with mental illness, and then he turns into the Joker like the last 5% of the movie.
Yeah,
it's pretty much what it was.
All right,
it's a product of society.
Your number one. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so my original number one was The Punisher.
Yes.
I was thinking, but I'm not sure because you guys have like conversations about suits and stuff. So I was thinking maybe Black Panther.
He's got that like, that herb. What was it? The heart. Oh my God! Why am I not blank right now?
It was something purple. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the heart-shaped herb. The heart-shaped herb. So he's got like enhanced strength and stuff. No, just like a little bit.
Okay.
Nothing crazy though.
So then I picked Rocket Raccoon.
Aha!
Oh, really? I hit 200. Thank you, man. I didn't even. I was gonna check after this. But...
If you guys are new to the channel or the chat, go sub up each other. I know a lot of you guys know each other, but definitely go sub up to Sanne. Go sub up to Joe. Go sub up to Key Issues. definitely go check them out, guys. That's what the community is all about, supporting. Again, you never know what content's out there. Someone might have a book or things like that. So definitely, sub and support. Yeah.
Rocket, the little rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Black Panther is almost kind of in the same situation as Captain America, because I mean he does get superpowers, you could say, I guess, right? I mean,
not at all times, I guess.
No?
I think it's only when he goes and he fights for his right to be king. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or no, he gets that stripped away. No, it's the opposite.
Yeah, he gets stripped away. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, he's the last one to get that that flower. Well, in the movie, anyway.
Plant-shaped or the heart-shaped herb or whatever.
Yeah.
But then Killmonger destroyed all of them, right?
Yeah, and he got the last one.
Okay, all right.
So is he the last Black Panther?
I don't know.
Oh,
right. So,
But it's Disney. Anything can happen.
I did have him on my list too because I wasn't sure because I didn't know if technically the suit made him invulnerable or strong or whatever, but I don't know.
You had Black Panther too?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know if I was going to say it or not, so I ended up not saying him.
The only one I have that I didn't say is Elektra.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that in the chat.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I had Hawkeye, but
I hate Hawkeye.
I don't like him either, but I just put him on the list.
And actually, looking at my list at the bottom, the third last one, I have Green Arrow. So I'm not happy about that pick at all. So I guess you could have said Maximus Aurelius too.
Who?
Gladiator.
I was just gonna say, is that the Gladiator dropping on us right now? Like, are you not entertained?
That's what I thought.
Wow, that's bad. Scarecrow from Batman would have been cool.
The suit's basically powered though. Black Panther, right?
The Crow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Black Panther.
Yeah. I don't know how his suit actually works, but I know it's bulletproof and things like that.
Made out of vibranium, the same material that's made out of.
He can't get stabbed. He can't get shot.
Yeah.
But okay, he does have super speed because when he's running in that scene, I mean, he's right there with Captain America. He's flying. I mean, I did long jump. I've never jumped as far as him.
They were running faster than cars.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if it's some sort of, serum with that as well, or what that plant has.
Elektra has the power to kill movie franchises.
Wow.
I was going based on her being sexy and stuff in the comics, not necessarily, This would have been a good pick too. Absolutely. The Spaniard, yes, Boston. So you know what I'm talking about, yes. You also could have went with what's the guy from 300? His character Spartacus. Spartacus. You could have said Spartacus. Yeah. Are you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I should have went with Maximus Aurelius. Damn.
If they gave Hawkeye his original suit, just made it a little bit cooler, I think he would have been awesome in the movies at least.
The original is with the purple mask.
With the purple suit, yeah. They made him a black average suit. I don't know. It just didn't.
I didn't like how he was wearing it was one of those leather cut off kind of things. I don't know. It was just kind of weird to me.
Yeah, they just didn't make him look like Hawkeye at all from the comics.
Oh, okay. Is that true?
Slipknot is from Iowa.
Son, husband too. Yes. See, I think that would have been a better pick for me. Okay, I'm gonna change it. Let's redo the show. So my number one is actually Marcus Aurelius. Yeah. The movie as a whole was bad. Jennifer Garner was not a good choice. She got it because she was popular at the time. She was super popular at the time, and I think at the time they also thought that it was a good movie because Daredevil or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know.
Because she was with Ben Affleck or
Dick Tracy. Yeah.
Madonna.
And I think I think that's why it was, because he was kind of coming up. He had a bunch of movies. So.
Or was he still with Jennifer Lopez at the time?
I think that was after. I think that was way after. Yeah. So you guys have any more honorable mentions you guys want to talk about?
Uncle Ben.
Scarecrow is pretty cool. Always,
Scarecrow, yeah.
If you're a Deadpool fan, Bob from Hydra, that's my boy. He's just a dude from Hydra that gets picked on.
Oh, you know what? Actually, two. Shoot. Okay. I'm gonna say 1. FaceTime.
Yeah, Nick Fury. I was gonna say that.
No, I was gonna say FaceTime actually beat me to 1 of mine, but he said Harley Quinn. Yeah, Harley Quinn again, a crazy psycho. You know, yeah. I think I have a sister that kind of represents Harley Quinn.
Oh,
I'm just joking. The other one actually that I was expecting maybe Keyon to say was Domino. The power is just being luck. Like it's
that's
just,
a power, bro.
I mean, I don't know if that's a power. Like it's just, I don't know. It's not even. That's weird.
yeah.
She just has insanely good luck. She's still a human. She's still. I don't know how to explain it. That's weird. That's a
Right? Like, is it actually known that it's a power? Like, do we know for sure it's like dead on a power?
That affects probability.
I don't know. I'm not a big Domino fan, so I don't know. I just know her from like the movies.
Yeah. Like, Keyon knows more about her on the comic side just because he's like bigger on the X-Force side of things. So I thought for sure I was gonna see it. Carlito. No, she's actually married. She's a police officer's wife. So the Riddler, yes, the Riddler would have been a cool one too.
Not top 5, man. Dude makes some riddles, sets up some traps like a Saw, man. Like
okay, but here's the thing: you could almost make the argument for Riddler in this sense. We've only seen him once on big screen, and let's face it,
enough.
In today's world, right, like for the newer people coming in, most of them get into a character and talk about the character when they see them on when they see them on a big screen, when they see them in merchandise, things like that. We've never really seen Riddler on anything, like merchandise, toys, like it just doesn't happen, right? So I think that's what could hurt Riddler.
But like if they bring Riddler in, it'll be like a jigsaw that just spray paint some question marks and ask people questions, bro. Like,
okay, but if you were to take, say, Riddler and put him into like the new Joker movie, like Joaquin Phoenix, if you were to take Joker and put him into like one of those disturbing black, like dark movies, I think you could have something like crazy.
I would also like to see the Penguin then.
In that sort of scene.
Yeah, that sort of movie, very dark gothic movie-ish.
Yeah, I've said this a few times actually. I don't know if I said it to Keyon, but I've mentioned that to a few people where I'm like, if they were to do the Riddler like that, I think they could have something so good. And here's the thing that bugs me about DC. They have so many good characters and yes, I'm saying they're good. They have so many good characters that they could almost jump on and have a good thing. The Riddler, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze. Those are 3 right there. Iconic
Condiment King. Kite Man.
The characters I'm saying, they just have a lot of iconic moments. They're badass. They could be carried out through 1, 2, 3 movies. Like you don't necessarily have to kill them off for whatever reason. It's just they're always rebooted or things like that. So we haven't really seen those characters. But I would love to see those characters. I really would. I think Sanne, because we've talked about it, but I think until this Harley Quinn wave is over, I don't think we're going to see any of those characters because I think DC is just going to milk this Harley Quinn thing until it's
sure.
Yeah. So.
What about Deadshot?
Well, Carlito's going to go off now because that's his guy.
He doesn't have any
Deathstroke. I thought Deathstroke was his guy.
Oh,
Deadshot or Deathstroke? Yeah.
Never mind.
I got you.
Deathstroke too.
Deathstroke too. Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
Shang-Chi.
I see Rorschach in the comments here, and FaceTime has a very good point, man.
Rorschach.
He's from oh my God, The Watchmen. Watchmen. Totally underrated.
Does he have power? I can't remember if he has superpowers or not.
No, he's just crazy.
I'm trying to think.
He's in that scene in jail, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not in here with you. You guys are trapped in here with me." And he just everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he is kind of crazy.
And the mask Don't
forget. Somebody said Taskmaster. Does he have powers? Technically.
Oh,
it could be a good point. Right? Because he does have like all those skills and stuff. He throws a shield.
No, he has doesn't he have like photogenic memory, so he can like mimic any superhero that he goes up against.
What?
Yeah, their fighting styles. Yeah, so he has to
Yeah, that's
watch
what
it
he-
like once or twice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
No powers, just dope ass.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Facts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
I-
he's a really good villain for Black Widow because she doesn't have superpowers, so he can actually take her on. So
Yeah, he's definitely one that could. But what I'm saying is, if you were to take, say, a Riddler and start like an origin like they just did with the Joker, I think you have something there. I think you could, especially learning from your mistake from the Joker, like little mistakes. Not that the movie is a mistake because we're all talking about how great it is and disturbing, but I definitely think that they could have something there, and they could show that R-rated, twisted stuff, right? Like you guys have heard me say. I love the fact I did Deadpool rated R. I love the fact I did Old Man Logan rated R because if those movies were, say, PG-13 or 18A, I don't think we would have got the true necessarily versions of those characters. So that's why I'm hoping that for the Carnage movie, I'm hoping it's rated R. Like I really am.
oh yeah,
The guy, serial killer, he killed. You know what I mean? Like we have to see the true version of these people. I don't want to just see this.
I was disappointed that Venom was PG-13 in the first.
Right? Like I wanted to see like
disappointed.
craziness. I didn't like how they just kind of just hid everything, and yeah, it was kind of garbage. I don't know. Like the
So
fact that
what about Nick Fury?
I mean,
cool, but like
Oh, not cool enough.
not cool enough.
I like my characters with two eyes. You know. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
I see that coming.
I'm kidding. No, I've just never been a Nick Fury fan. Captain Canuck. Yeah, does he have superpowers?
Buddy, don't ask me about that one.
Oh yeah, this one's got a good one. Oh my God, V for Vendetta. True. Yes, that one's a good one. Guardian from Alpha Fight, but a suit like he had. Yeah, you could also say pretty much anybody from Kick-Ass. You could say, yeah, you could say anybody from Kick-Ass. Black Cat. Or does she? Yeah, right. Black Cat.
But not as cute as Selena.
No. Yeah. Would you say? Okay, now hear me out on this one. This one could be a controversial one too, but Green Goblin.
No, I don't think he has powers. No.
Right? Like you could make the argument
Well,
that Green Goblin.
It depends on when you're talking about. Like in the 2014 movie, he had a serum that he did. Like he put it in himself, but that's not from the comics. I don't think they just randomly did that for some reason.
Yeah. But even in the movies, right? Like he never takes anything. It's just like in the original. I think the Tobey Maguire one.
Yeah, no, he's human.
I thought he juiced up. I thought he had some trial thing and he juiced up. It was like a green serum in the original.
Wasn't it that he got in some sort of capsule thing and then
yeah, because they were like, oh, we're gonna put these experiments to like human trials, and he's like,
and he walked in there and then he inhaled.
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe he did.
Okay, yeah, maybe he did. Okay, then what about Hobgoblin? Hobgoblin, is basically he did the same thing, but he didn't have any serum or he didn't fall into anything, right?
Not that I could think of, but he's not like the Punisher could take him. Any of my top 5 could take him. So
Including the rat.
Wait, do you agree with him not having superpowers, or because he did fall and have that serum stuff? Carlito gets voting for Karen. She's considered superpower.
Wow.
I agree with him.
I just saw this thing on like Facebook, and it was like a Walmart Karen remix or something. Like everybody's talking about it. Yeah, I definitely got to go see. All right, guys. Yeah, so if that's it for honorable mentions, Keys, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Instagram, Mr. Key Issues. You can find me on YouTube, Keys to Everything. Link to my new video is in the live chat. Scroll all the way up this active chat. Check it out.
All right, cool. Yeah, and he just dropped his first video, like he said. So definitely go check him out, guys. Go support, go sub this man up. Sanne, where can we find you?
In the Netherlands.
Ooh, don't call it Holland. Do not call it Holland, people.
Good one.
And all the links are down below, so check them out. They all have Facebooks. They all have Facebook, Instagram, things like that. Facebook. Oh my God. They all have Instagram. Sanne's is SanneNation05. Joe's is It's Pickle Joe. Keyon's is obviously Mr. Key Issue. They're all right there, so it's not hard to find. Yeah, Sanne, do you have anything coming up this week or anything?
No.
No video.
No, not that I know of.
No. Okay. Yeah, so definitely check her stuff out. She's also a gamer, so she does a few things with gaming as well. She's a Captain.
I'm busy
Marvel
with that.
fan. Yeah, she's got a Captain. She's a Captain Marvel fan. So if you guys want to talk Captain Marvel, go ahead and talk to her. Joe, where can the people find you?
Right here. This is my YouTube right here. I try to post daily, so I do mystery boxes and stuff like that. I talk comics and just personal collection stuff. So you guys can sub me up. It's Pickle Joe right here.
Yeah, and
I probably will be joining Newbie Comics later on in maybe like a week or so, doing like an auction. So I'll be on that one most likely.
Yeah, definitely. We're thinking about doing an auction, so stay tuned for that. As always, guys, it's more fun when the chat is into it. Don't forget to, of course, if you haven't, sub up to me, tell your friends, tell the mailman, tell the milkman. I have a giveaway. I'm giving away X-Men 221 and X-Men Annual 14 as my 2 books for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Good
So
book,
guys. And yeah, that's it for us.
It's 3 a.m. here.
They're both heating up. Wow.
Jeez.
Okay, so yeah, so Sanne needs to go. So guys, thanks again. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.